हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू संतोष सर क्लासेस एंड आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग बात करेंगे कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस एंड आंसर्स ऑफ टी जून 2024 ऑफ MCO-24 बिजनेस एथिक्स एंड CSR एंड जैसे कि हम लोग जानते हैं कि ये सेकंड सेमेस्टर में ये सब्जेक्ट है एंड बहुत ज़्यादा इसके अंदर यूनिट्स नहीं है, छोटा चैप्टर है एंड आई मीन लाइक पर्सनली आई बिलीव कि ये इतना डिफ़िकल्ट सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. सो विथ आवर ओन नॉलेज ऑल्सो वी कैन राइट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स in this particular subject. But anyway, these are my suggestions which I have devised for this June exam, and if you wish to buy these suggestions you can message me on my WhatsApp number or on Telegram, or also send me an email so that you can prepare well from the PDFs that I will be providing for scoring better results. So let's start with the first question from first unit. This is the particular question, that is what are business ethics and what are its important characteristics. So basically, as we know that ethics are the moral principles that act as a guidelines for doing business, and these are all the characteristics which you can expand in your answer, like social values, basic guidelines, human behavior is there, and we have a certain code of conduct in doing business. It is also a science and art, and it also carries some social responsibility. So these points you can explain in your answer. The next important question that you should revise is explain the important roles of business ethics in the various management functions. So as we know, there are a lot of management functions like finance, production, human resource, marketing, sales. So how this CSR is related with that. So this is also not very difficult one. Okay. The next question that you should revise, the difference between law and ethics. This is also a very common question in the MCOM exam of MCO-24 that you must revise. Let's move on to Unit 2. And here this question explains the traditional theories of business ethics. Now these two are the traditional theories, teleology and deontology, and you need to expand this. You can also mention the limitations of these theories and the different subdivisions of this theory. Like teleological theory is again divided into three types, like egoism, utilitarianism, and justice by fairness. So you can get this question in the long marks, like long question, and even like sometimes you get the in short notes. Either you have to define any one of the theory for 5 marks question. Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Let's move on to the next question, and this is from Unit 3, ethical dilemma. And in December also you got one question from here, important unit for revision. The question is, you should revise this particular question. What is this ethical dilemma, and how can we overcome the ethical dilemma? The different methods to solve this type of ethical dilemma. So this question also very important for this exam, which must be revised properly. The next one is Kidder's 9 ethical checkpoints. Now this question most probably you can get it in the short notes. Okay, and sometimes for 10 marks question also you can get this Kidder's 9 ethical checkpoints to overcome dilemma. Okay, the next unit is Unit 4, ethics in business. Briefly describe the various internal and external factors that influence business ethics. So among these internal factors, we have these three types of factors, like employees and managers, then money and resources, and company culture. So you need to explain all these points, how these factors affect the business ethics. And among the external factors, we have again three types: the economic condition of the country, the customers and suppliers which are available to the firm, and the government policies. So simple question, not very tough one. Let's move on to Unit 5, CSR and overview. And from here you must revise what do you mean by CSR and why it is important for a company to adopt CSR, and explain the different types of corporate social responsibilities. Now, as we know that CSR is obviously important for the long sustainability of a firm, and basically, it is important due to all these points, like it improves customers' perception of the brand, it attracts and retains the employees in the organization, it also appeals to the investors. And different types of CSR, when we talk about these four types of CSR you can describe. One is related with environment, the other is with philanthropy, third one the ethical labor practice, and lastly volunteering. So these four types of CSR are given in your syllabus. Okay. The next question is distinguish between classical and modern perspective of corporate social responsibility. So you can get this in the difference, short question. The next one is, discuss the important sustainable development goals, which are also called as global goals, as laid down by United Nations. And among these global goals, it is as many as 17 types of goals which are identified by UN. So you need to learn all these points. A very important question for the exam. The next question is explain briefly the different perspectives of business ethics. So there are various types of perspectives, personal and business ethics. Then we have moral and non-moral standards, business ethics, and professional codes or professional ethics. So like this, these are the different perspectives of the business ethics. The next important question is from Unit 9. Explain the different phases of development of CSR in India. Now, India में अलग अलग phases में CSR develop हुआ है, एंड यहाँ पे आपको 4 phases highlight करने हैं. जो पहला phase था that is basically on charity. जो second phase start हुआ 1914 onward up to 60, तो वहाँ पे सोशल डेवलपमेंट को ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस लिया गया. एंड देन उसके बाद फिर मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी पे ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस दिया गया फॉर इंडिया. एंड लास्टली उसके बाद में फिलोंथ्रोपिक एंड बिजनेस अप्रोचेस these were given more stress. Okay. The next question that you should revise, what are the different models of social responsibility operating in India? So, among these different models, you can also get it in the short note, like this ethical, which is also known as the Gandhian model. The second one is the statist model, which is basically, driven by Jawaharlal Nehru. Then we have liberal model, which was, proposed by Milton Friedman. And lastly, stakeholders model, where the company has to give more importance to its stakeholders rather than the other factors. Okay. The next question that you must revise is explain the CSR provision listed in Schedule 7 of the Companies Act 2013. Very, very important question for the exam. You must revise at any cost. जो CSR के कुछ provisions हैं, and that also depends on not all the companies but few companies जिनकी 500 crore से ऊपर अगर उनकी turnover है, तो they have to use this CSR provisions in their operations. तो ये सारे provisions आपको learn करने हैं. There are as many as 10 provisions. Okay. Next question that you must revise are this: what are the duties and responsibilities of the CSR committees and the board? क्योंकि the government has framed all these CSR committees and the board of professional professional persons. So what are their duties, their responsibilities, how they will influence, how they will convince the companies to follow the CSR standards? So this question also very important one for the exam, you must revise. Let's move on to the next question. What is the rationale behind CSR reporting, and what are the different steps involved in CSR reporting, and also the techniques of CSR reporting? So CSR reporting is giving reports about the CSR activities which are followed by the company, and Among the processes, all these you must revise, like what is the main object of the report, and what are the resources that are included in this report drafting, and the target groups whom to report, that is the basic thing, and the method definition, how you have collected the data for writing the report. A few tools of reporting that also you can be asked in the exam, like all these the report framework, the report standards and its ratings. So basically these three tools are used in drafting CSR report. The next question for short note, business responsibility reporting, which is also known as BRR. And there are different parts of this BRR, like the part A, which contains the basic information about the company. The second part basically contains the principles, and the third part contains consequences and improvement required in the CSR activities of a company. Okay. The next question is what is the nature and scope of CSR audit, and what are the different procedures for conducting CSR audit and appointing the CSR auditors. So auditors here, they will examine the auditing activities of, CSR activities of different companies and will report to the government agencies. And this scope of CSR audit, this question also came in December exam. And you must revise the different procedures, methods followed by the committee for auditing, and how you will select and the auditors for CSR evaluation. Okay. The next question that you must revise is, you must know what is sustainable development and how this CSR help in achieving sustainable development. So this question also must revise for the exam. The next one is a short note, triple bottom line approach, which is termed as the TBL. So this question also very important for this June exam. Again, a short note on corporate sustainability, how a company can sustain in the long run. So this question also must for the revision. Okay, friends. So these are a few important questions. Very a small chapter, this MCO-24, and do revise all these questions. All these questions are going to be very important for this exam, according to my experience. And even if you get the time, you can revise from your own notes. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and a very best of luck for the exam.